What's going on there, guys? Welcome back to another episode of the Craftavore Tastes, and today we are digging into a beer from Ellicottville Brewing Company out of Ellicott, New York. This is their Black Daze. Yeah, so Black Daze is actually a black New England style IPA coming in at 7% ABV and 92 IBUs. A little high there in terms of IBUs for New England style IPA, but yeah. So I was at my local bottle shop, Cable Beverage in Bardonia, New York. Saw this. I have seen videos of my favorite YouTube beer reviewers drinking black New England style IPAs. I have heard of the style, but I've never come across one and I never had one. So I saw that, and Ellicottville is a pretty well-known brewery in the Western New York area. I think they got up to 4 locations in Western New York. Ellicottville, Fredonia. Maybe it's on the can here somewhere. Yeah, Little Valley and Bemis Point. Been around for about 24 years, somewhere along the lines. I haven't had too many beers from them, so I'm really not, all that super familiar with them. Anyway, so again, saw the black New England style IPA. Figured I'd want to give it a go. I don't kind of really get it. New England style IPAs, and obviously the look of them and the haze is kind of a large portion of the appeal. So I actually poured the beer into a glass just so I could take a look at it before we started this review. So I'm just going to add a little bit more onto the top here, and let's dive ourselves straight into the review. All right, so beer pours. Yeah, take a look at that. Super full on jet black, man. How strange. New England style IPA, obviously, I really can't admire the haze, so to speak, right? To me, it looks like a stout, right? And obviously, if somebody poured this out to me, it's even got kind of like a pretty almost kind of quarter finger's worth of like this kind of mocha kind of head going on there. Yeah, I would think it was a stout. So I'm not necessarily sure I get the variation of the style, but it's interesting enough. So let's go ahead and dive our nose into it and get an aroma. Wow, that's a little bit of a mind fuck. So, yeah, kind of getting kind of traditional, New England style kind of IPA notes, right? Like, there's tropical fruit kind of forward. You got like a little bit of kind of mango, a little bit of kind of pineapple going on there. But it's kind of messing with my brain a little bit because obviously the look of the beer, right? I don't know if my brain's having a hard time kind of translating, getting, tropical fruit notes out of a beer where I'm expecting roastiness and chocolate and things like that. But yeah, it's absolutely there. Smells pretty good. Let's go ahead and dive ourselves into it. Cheers. Okay. So in the taste, that almost tastes like a creamy porter. I'm serious. Obviously the darker malts that are being used here is kind of the predominant flavor that I'm getting out of the taste where, wow, that's weird. Where the nose is super tropical fruit, the taste is more obviously kind of roasty kind of in nature, where there's a little bit of kind of perceived bitterness going on there. I'm surprised it's 92 IBUs because I actually don't get really that huge big pop of bitterness. It is kind of lingering a little bit. But yeah, the first initial kind of taste is kind of like roasty chocolatiness with a bit of underlying kind of hot bitterness presence, with some kind of almost leaning more towards in the taste, piney resin and danky. Go back in for another taste, man. This one's weird. Yeah. Mouthfeel is super kind of nice, though. It's kind of nice, kind of thick and creamy. Man, I would love to take this beer and give it to someone who's studying for the Cicerone, because I don't know if they could I definitely know that they would not be able to pick that up as a black New England style IPA, right? It's not necessarily really even a style, but like this is kind of like a weird hybrid thing going on that I think that they would really kind of struggle to kind of perceive what kind of style of beer this is. If I was blindfolded or had this in a black glass, I would tell you roasty porter, which is freaking weird. I want to check and see if they have any tasting notes. Let's see what it says right here. One more time around the sun, brewed in celebration of the winter solstice and the darkest days of the year. Our twist on a New England style IPA pours black, but not too roasty. Pretty roasty in my opinion, with plenty of juicy hops to keep you toasty. Okay, yeah, I mean, I definitely get that. There's no question. What a weird freaking beer, man. This is super kind of cool, though. Yeah, I totally freaking dig it. It's like a tropical fruit-forward roasty porter. I don't know if that necessarily sounds like a good thing to most people out there, but it is super interesting. All right, let's go ahead and give her a rating. The Ellicottville Daze Black New England Style IPA, coming in at 7% ABV and 92 IBUs. I'm going to give that beer a 4 freaking caps, man. It's not the best robust porter I've ever had. It's not the best New England Style IPA I've ever had. But I've never actually come across a beer that straddles those two styles and actually kind of delivers on it pretty decently. So from that perspective, I'm giving it a 4 caps, just kind of on the concept of the beer alone and the fact that it kind of delivers on like this really kind of interesting hybrid that I've never had before. All right, so 4 caps for the Craftavore Taste. That'll do it for this episode. Hope you join me again for another episode where I drink, I review, I rate, and then I repeat.